Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a crossover so wild, you won't believe you haven't thought of it before. Forget the enchanted forest, forget Gargamel's crumbling castle. We're talking about a journey far, far beyond their little mushroom village. What if the Smurfs went to Mars? Yeah, you heard me right. Papa Smurf, Smurfette, Brainy, Hefty. All of them, swapping their familiar woods for the vast red desert of the fourth planet from the sun. How would they even get there? And more importantly, what would they do once they arrived? Let's start with the how. Knowing the Smurfs, it wouldn't be a standard rocket. I'm picturing a creation by Handy Smurf, cobbled together from spare parts. Powered by some kind of Smurfberry-based fuel and guided by a magical compass from Papa Smurf. Imagine the launch sequence. Not a thunderous roar, but a series of comical pops and whistles, with the whole village waving goodbye as this bizarre, mushroom-shaped rocket arcs into the sky, leaving a trail of blue smoke. The journey itself would be an adventure. Brainy Smurf would be glued to the telescope, quoting facts about orbital mechanics that nobody else understands. Jokey Smurf would be floating around in zero gravity, offering exploding gift boxes to everyone. Now, picture the landing. The hatch opens and out they step, their little white hats and pants a stark contrast against the rusty red landscape of Mars. Their first reaction? Probably amazement. They'd marvel at the two tiny moons, Phobos and Deimos, hanging in the thin atmosphere. Papa Smurf, ever the scientist, would immediately start testing the soil, probably declaring it not very smurfy for growing sarsaparilla. Smurfette would likely be the first to try and befriend a Martian dust devil, thinking it's a new kind of playful spirit. Of course, they need to set up a new village. What would a Martian Smurf village even look like? They wouldn't have wood for their mushroom houses. So, Handy Smurf would get to work, maybe using the unique Martian rock formations to build homes. They could carve dwellings into the side of Olympus Mons or build structures inside the Valles Marineris canyon system. Imagine little blue figures rappelling down the canyon walls, setting up their new lives. They'd have to adapt. Farmer Smurf would have a real challenge on his hands. How do you grow Smurfberries in soil with no organic matter? This is where Papa Smurf's magic and Brainy Smurf's intellect would truly shine. Maybe they'd create a biodome, a self-contained ecosystem powered by a combination of Smurf magic and scavenged tech from their spaceship. But what about the challenges? Mars isn't exactly a friendly place. The thin atmosphere, the extreme temperatures, the dust storms. A Martian dust storm would be a terrifying event for creatures so small. It would be an all Smurfs on deck situation, with everyone working together to secure the village and ride out the storm. Hefty Smurf would be the hero, holding down structures against the wind, while everyone else huddles inside their rock-carved homes. These challenges would only strengthen their community bond. They would learn to rely on each other in ways they never had to back in the forest. And here's a fun thought. What if they weren't alone? We always wonder about life on Mars. What if the Smurfs were the first to find it? Not little green men, but maybe something microscopic that Papa Smurf discovers. Or perhaps they encounter a shy, gentle race of rock creatures that have been living there for eons. The first contact would be classic Smurf. Instead of conflict, they'd approach with curiosity and kindness, probably offering a Smurfberry pie as a sign of peace. Think of the cultural exchange. The Smurfs could teach the rock creatures about singing happy songs, and in return, the Martians could show them how to navigate the planet's underground lava tubes. Eventually, they'd have to make a choice. Stay on Mars and build a new civilization, or return to the home they know and love. It would be a huge debate. Brainy would argue for staying, citing the endless scientific discoveries. Smurfette would miss the flowers and the animals of the forest. I think, in the end, Papa Smurf would make the call. They decide to go home, but their adventure would have changed them forever. They would return to their forest not just as Smurfs, but as astronauts, pioneers, and interplanetary ambassadors. And you can bet Gargamel would be utterly confused when he tries to catch them, only to find them using Martian geological survey tools to set up their traps. What a Smurf-tastic story that would be! What do you think would happen? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more weird and wonderful what-ifs.